There is a gap that keeps widening between people who have access to music in their education and people who don't. And if you want the best society, the best communities, you should really care about this. You know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of the history of gardening and farming. Stick with me here. Do you know what happens when you plant the same crop in the same soil over and over and over again? You end up stripping particular minerals and things from the soil. You make it barren. So over time, we have learned how to rotate crops, how to put in crops that don't necessarily seem like the ones that we want, in order to make sure that the ones that we want are full of nutrients when we plant them. Music is like that. When students make music, because of the kind of blood flow we get when we make music, it actually sends blood flow to the part of our brains that make us really well set up for learning math, for learning science, for learning civics, for learning all the other things that we want our students to learn. And really wealthy people, really influential, very powerful people, they know this. I was at a school last year in January where the tuition is $60 to $70, I think it's between $60,000 and $70,000 a year to send your kids there. Kids get dropped off in limousines. Do you know what those kids have? An hour of music every day for every child. That school has a battalion of music teachers because apparently having that much music in your education is that beneficial. And yet over and over and over again, when budgets get slashed, what's the first things to go in a public school serving most of the public? Music. So I do have questions about what the immediate effects of that are going to be, but my bigger questions are, what are the long-term effects of that going to be? What nutrients are we stripping from students now by cutting programs that we are going to be missing in 20, 30, 50 years? I wrote the second chapter of my book on this, actually, what we gain neurologically and psychologically when we train musicians. But I'd love to hear what you think about this. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully less sick.